Notre Dame fans, thank you for joining me for another video here on the channel. My name is Brad Hughesby, and I am bringing to you today the 2022 offensive and defensive big board. I've done this a few times this cycle, but this might be one of the last ones. I have, I believe, 16 guys of name to know. Of course, there are probably a few more guys like Austin Osbury, Elik Einamar, but I don't think those guys end up in this class. Now, these guys are all being recruited on pretty much daily basis. Xavier Bradshaw, maybe not so much. But these are definitely names to know. I expect, if not half, close to that, to end up in this class. And a lot of these guys are committing soon. So we'll start with Keenshawn Judkins on the top left. My pick is in for Ole Miss right now. Don't worry about these picks so much. I mean, maybe they mean something, but I kind of just did random. Keenshawn Judkins is a kid from Alabama, has offers from a lot of these big-time schools. Notre Dame is in his top 7 along with Yale and a few others. Took official visits to Ole Miss and a few others, but it's really early for him. I don't think he's going to make a decision for a while, probably after his senior year, and that's fine with Notre Dame. They want to see his senior year. He wants to get more offers, and maybe it works out. He comes for a fall visit. We will see. Nicholas Singleton is another guy to know. Of course, he just committed to Penn State. Notre Dame doesn't care. I think they're going to continue to recruit him. Sure, this is a blow right now, but they're going to try to get him back on campus, try to recruit him as much as they can, because they would like to take 2 running backs, but they're not going to push it. Guys like Emeka Megway, who committed to Washington, contacts over with him. Same with Damari Alston and Gabron Payne. CJ Williams is the next guy of note. Top 30 player according to Rivals. CJ, Notre Dame was running probably 4th or 5th, maybe even 6th for a good long while, but Alabama has really talked to him. Ohio State has 4 wide receiver commits. USC might be landing Isaiah Satanega from Fayetteville, Arkansas today. He's another guy on their board. Texas is up there, but I don't know. I think Notre Dame leads. They have everything he wants in a school and a program. And I think when decision time comes, Notre Dame is the pick for Williams. Tobias Merriweather is the next guy of note. It might be a while for him. I hope he decides sooner rather than later, but Notre Dame doesn't. They'll continue to recruit him. If he decides to commit on National Signing Day in February of 2022, they want him bad in this class. To him, he's a top 50 player in the country, top 75 player in the country to them. Merriweather, it's pretty much down to Stanford and Notre Dame for him, but we will see if any potential SEC schools come up of note. He was always big on the SEC schools. So for a school like Bama or for a school like Georgia, Florida, LSU, if they decide to offer, then maybe something happens. But right now, Stanford and Notre Dame from Merriweather. Notre Dame leads. Andre Green Jr., don't worry about my Notre Dame pick. That means nothing. Has a top 5, an unofficial top 5, I guess, of UNC, Florida State, Clemson, Notre Dame, Oklahoma. You can maybe throw Georgia and Texas A&M in there as well. He currently is scheduled to visit Notre Dame on October 4th through the 6th for a game day visit. We'll see if that happens. I hope it does. I would hope Notre Dame goes really hard on Green and lands Merriweather and Williams, but we'll see. A lot of these other schools are going hard on Green, but Green is a stud. He is worthy of that 85 national ranking. He might be better than that. And if Notre Dame were to land him, Amorian Walker, CJ Williams, and Tobias Merriweather, that would probably be the best Notre Dame wide receiver class of all time. Of all time. I would believe that. Next, Xavier Bradshaw. Not in too much contact with Notre Dame, but I put him on here because I know the viewers love him, and I love him as well. I'm a big fan of his game. Virginia, Marshall, Arizona State are probably the other schools of note that are high on his list right now, but it's early. Bradshaw's taking his time, wants to play his senior season, and then I think he'll really focus on recruiting once his senior season ends. That's pretty much it for Bradshaw. We'll go to O-line and D-line, where there are strictly probably 6 guys to know. Zach Rice is, of course, the big offensive line target, ranked in the top 20 on Rivals as a 5-star guy. I like UNC. Notre Dame pushed on their official visit, but I'm not sure if it's enough to overcome. It's pretty much UNC and Notre Dame at this current time. We'll see if something changes. But But hey, Notre Dame has time. I believe he will be deciding in August. So you got another month or so. But right now, I like the Tar Heels. Emil Wagner is a guy who I actually don't think ends up at Ohio State. They just landed George Fitzpatrick, old target for Notre Dame, offensive tackle from Englewood, Colorado. They're just filling up. Cam Dewberry might be ending up there. A few other guys. So we will see. It's pretty early, but Emil Wagner is definitely got to know. And if Notre Dame were to land him, they would be ecstatic. He will be taking fall visits, so don't look for a commitment until after the fall. Billy Scrouth is a guy Notre Dame is all over. They love Billy Scrouth. It looked like he was pretty much locked up to Notre Dame. Well, that didn't happen. Now it's pretty much even with Wisconsin. I do think Notre Dame leads, though, right now. Notre Dame has dug itself out of a little bit of a hole. But Billy Scrouth has no timetable. We don't know what's going to happen. I could see this recruitment going all the way to December. We will see. But right now, it's pretty much even with the Badgers and the Irish. Hero Kanu, great name. Got an Notre Dame offer just yesterday. Kanu is a stud. He's a certified high 4-star, if not 5-star. I love Hero. He's originally from Germany. I think Ohio State leads right now, but I don't really have much behind that pick. I know Oklahoma, Bama, a few other schools he's visited, but it's really early for Kanu. He says Notre Dame's not too late. He did just release a top 9. Washington, Clemson, a few others were on that list, but it's early. Notre Dame has some time to make up. Anthony Lucas is a guy Notre Dame has been all over for a very long time. His recruitment really started to blow up last winter. Notre Dame, I'm not sure if they lead right now. I think it's kind of a mix with a bunch of schools. Texas A&M, Miami, Alabama are probably the 3 other schools pushing the hardest, but we'll see. Oregon as well. Those schools are all in the mix. Cyrus Moss, I think Oregon's going to end up with Moss. He really likes what they have going up there in Eugene, but Notre Dame is definitely second, if not third. Notre Dame wants Moss bad, Brian Kelly in specific, and they're going to push. He will be committing sometime this winter, so they definitely have some time to get back in the driver's seat. All right, these are the linebacker/DB targets left on the board. I'll start with Jake Pope. Notre Dame's not going to land Jake Pope. I think they're going to land Benjamin Morrison this Wednesday. They're not going to have space for Pope. I like him ending up at Bama or UNC. Morrison, like I just said, I think they land him. Same with Jalen Sneed. So I'll move on to the guy everyone wanted to hear about, Xavier Nwankpa. Ohio State still leads. I want to make that clear. But if Notre Dame can get Nwankpa over to South Bend for a fall game day visit, really connect with Marcus Freeman and Brian Kelly, I could see him ending up at Notre Dame. But this recruitment is far from over. I want to make that clear. He has no timetable, no decision or whatever. But Ohio State's pushing hard. But so is Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. That's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow with another video.